show. I, of course, am the delightful, delicious, and undaunted Dr. Dungeon. And over here with the funky magic hair, it is none other than Miss Magic. Hey!
Hey there.
Hey.
This is Miss Magic.
Hey.
Currently playing some more Magic the Gathering.
Hey. Okay, I'll stop that immediately.
Please. Thank you. I'm currently looking at to see what quests specifically I have in Magic the Gathering to see what deck I want to play with.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like cause I got a bunch of decks that I don't know how to use yet, so.
Very good, very good.
Cause it gives you them as we go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's mess with the mutation one.
You should mess with the mutation one. I think you have a lot of fun with that deck.
It's not started, it's not made well, but I need to figure out how to make it.
I need to have not blown up my oppressor in my game.
You blew up your oppressor?
Yeah, I blew up my oppressor, and now I have to wait a couple minutes for it to come back. Meantime, I'm getting, ganked left and right. It is not working out for me, kids.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm. Ouch is one way to put it, that's for certain.
All right, let's see how this goes, guys. Could go any way.
Yeah.
Let's see it. What would you say would be the best way to actually like set up your set up a mutation deck?
I actually am wholly unfamiliar with mutation decks. I've never used one.
Okay.
So you are totally on your own there. So if anybody in the audience knows all about mutation decks, which is a little unlikely at this point in time, but if you did, that would be awesome as awesome. Alright, this helps out immensely. Pretty much every, if you ever play Grand Theft Auto, and we'll be playing a lot of Cyberpunk 2077, we're going to be playing a lot of that game.
Yeah. And that comes out when?
That comes out the 10th, so we got 4 days. In fact, I should hurry up and buy the damn thing.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes. Oh, woman, I was watching, I was watching some clips of that game last night, and it is just astonishing. And they will be having multiplayer for it.
Oh,
and that
nice.
will also be astonishing. So we will be able to play that game together. How familiar are you with Cyberpunk 2077? Not at all. Okay. So it is, well, you've never watched The Matrix either, so there's very few mass media forms frame of references that I can use. Okay, have you ever seen Blade Runner? No. Okay.
Is that another one to write down?
Yes, that's definitely
I need a pen.
another one to write down. You need a pen? You need me to get you a pen? Hold up.
My pen, I used to have a pen, right there.
I just threw a pen at you right there. I literally just, yeah.
Oh, my hat fell.
Oh, you'll be okay. You got this. Alright, so, either way, in the future, pretty much everything is owned and dominated. There's going to be 3 factions, effectively. There are the Corpos, which of course is corporate, and they are the ones who have access to pretty much all the best stuff. They're like the top of the tier when it comes to things of that nature. They're super professional, can't trust anyone, everything's cutthroat, it's a hard knock life, yo. Then you have the street kids.
Okay.
And street kids are pretty much everyone who lives in the city who isn't corporate. They're the ones who live in abject poverty. They're like the gangsters, the gun runners, gangbangers, low-life criminals, thugs, you know, people who, yeah. I mean, there's, of course, everyday people, but that's not really, you're not going to, like, go there to, like, work at a chicken counter, you know, so you're probably going to be a thug or something along those lines. Additionally, there are the nomads, and the nomads they're the people who live, they are the country folk, but being the country folk, they're extraordinarily self-reliant. They are good at repairing things, fixing things. They're very oriented on family, relationships, things of that nature. But they go to the city and nobody trusts them. They have no background. They're just some rando who showed up one day, some bumpkin, that nobody really knows what to make of them. but they are extraordinarily good at taking care of themselves. So that is kind of the three life paths you begin with.
Okay.
And then from there, you get drawn into the world of what's called Night City. Night City is an extraordinarily advanced technological megalopolis. Well, as megalopolises go. It's still a video game, so it's not like there's not going to be a billion people you're going to run around in. But it is a massive city, as cities go in video games. And you operate. Oh, and this is another interesting that is being explored in Night City. That being, well, how do I put this? Verticality.
Okay.
What I mean by that is, we're going to say the world of Grand Theft Auto, if you're familiar with it, is expanded over a large area. The world of Night City is not. The world of Night City is more condensed,
Okay.
but it's taller. The buildings are things you can explore and go into, as opposed to with Grand Theft Auto, it's mostly just places that are there.
Yeah.
So they are exploring much more the verticality rather than the horizontally or expansiveness in that regard. So that is a new and interesting thing they're developing.
Very cool.
Yeah, but it's when I say technologically advanced, I mean like you can become a straight up cyborg. Like you can have these blades that like pop out of your arms, like you're some praying mantis or something, and just gnaw people down. I don't know. Wait till you see it. In fact, we should do a reaction video to that.
Oh, what? Of the watching the,
Yeah, what like you actually exploring or seeing Cyberpunk 2077 for the first time. That might be a good idea. Because I really think because you were surprised by how much you enjoyed Grand Theft Auto, when you incorporate like hacker aspects to the game, things like that, I think the nerd in you will flip the fuck out.
yeah.
Because you can legit, they're called, I want to say net runners, if I recall correctly. Apologies if it's bad terminology, but I believe they're called net runners, and what they do is they do all kinds of crazy shit, is the best way to
I can
put it.
imagine.
Like, they hack into systems, they hack into people, they, one way to look at it is think of it like a highly technological version of telepathy that also affects machines.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they can do all kinds of crazy shit. And you can play it, there's effectively 4 stats when you start, I want to say 4, might be 5. So you have dexterity, like strength, intelligence, and cool. And what cool is your ability to maintain under pressure. Because of course, that's what this world is. This is a world under constant pressure. You know, why am I talking about this on the Magic the Gathering channel of all places?
I know.
You should put your hat back on. She lost her hat.
I was wondering. I didn't realize I didn't put it back on.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice hat.
Thank ya.
Mm-hmm. Anytime, anytime. I wonder if they already have I'm guessing they do, because I'm pretty certain some people have gotten the game early.
Yeah, probably.
We'll see, though. We will see. But, I'm going to shush about it, and we could just do a whole other segment on Cyberpunk 2077.
Sounds good.
Because that is the kind of game that is going to be around for a long time to come. A long, long time to come. So tell us about your deck, Miss Magic. What are you up to right
I'm
now?
also looking at some of the different mutate cards because my mutate deck that I have is the one that it automatically gave me.
Uh-huh.
I want to see what all you can actually put in it
Huh.
and how to make it nice.
Hmm.
And what colors do you think are normally the best for mutation?
The mutation went pretty much across the board, but from what I've seen, a lot of green, blue, red. I don't think there are a few white mutate cards, but I don't know for certain. Again, this is a mechanic I am wholly unfamiliar with.
Okay. What is the best mutation targets?
I like how I wasn't even looking at your screen, but I'm like, hey, blue, black. Nailed it.
That's what it started with, yeah.
Alright.
But I'm not sure, would it be smart to add another color in or not?
For what you're doing, probably not. You probably want to play something relatively straightforward, such as Mutate Dex Go. So, nyen, nyen, nyen.
Because I was thinking adding green would be good, because there's a decent amount of green and white and green and blue, black. I mean, green and blue and green and black.
Well, you can try it if you want to. I mean, they do have the tricolor. Do they have tricolor lands? I think they do have tricolor lands. Yeah, you can try it. It's your deck. Do what you like.
But the thing is, I don't actually have some of these cards, so I probably won't.
Then I guess, yeah. Then why bring it up? Nah.
It would mean that I'd have to craft them, but
Yeah, I would save.
yeah.
For the most part.
Well, I kind of want to look. Let's look at some of my other decks that it gave me. Or just keep playing.
Whichever you prefer.
Because it did give me a decent amount of decks, which is a nice way to start things out.
Mm-hmm. Well, pick a deck and roll with it. I think people would enjoy watching you play more than anything else.
Yeah, true. That's why I was like, okay, let's not mess with this for too long. All right, where is it? There it is.
There's a location up on your GPS. Now we need a news van to get a key card to get in an aircraft hangar to steal an Avenger because the Russians are
All right, so I'm just gonna play against a rando.
Alrighty.
Okay, you got that? Good.
Miss Math wandered off to go get food.
Yes, you did.
That's why you
She'll
guys
be back
do
in a
not
bit.
hear her in the background.
Their van while they're occupied.
But yeah, fighting against a rando right now. What you doing in GTA right now?
Right now, I am going to go steal a noose van so that I can break into the Russian headquarters in order to steal what's called an Avenger.
Nice.
Yeah, Avenger is like a giant flying helicopter that you shoot people out of the sky with.
Secret foreign prison, that is. I mean, do you want to end up at an IAA black site? Yeah, me neither.
Today is a chill day, Miss Beth.
It is a very chill day. It is a Sunday, so chill.
Early Sunday.
Yeah, it's 9:30 already.
Yeah. Yeah, the morning went quick at least. That's something.
Granted, we started later, so it doesn't feel as. So when is the cyber? Is it this next week?
Yes, it is in 4 days.
Oh, that's so exciting.
Yes, it is incredibly exciting. And pretty much going to be playing that game all the time. All the time. And we will unlikely be doing... I'm not really sure how we're going to work that out. Because it might be you playing it all the time. As well as me. And we just, like, play together. But I don't know how we would work that out. Because it's kind of like a... Shit, it's a single-player game. So I'm trying to figure out how in the hell we're going to work that out to make that work.
I thought you said you could play it with people.
You can eventually. It's probably going to be a month, maybe 2 months after we can start doing the multi-stream. But to start out, that's a little bit different. So what I might do for a little while at least is like just play it solo and go from there and see how it works out. And like have you do like doing commentary and shit in the background, news, updates.
Just watching.
Kinda, yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, people can't handle my pretty face, but they can handle yours. So,
Well, I mean, you also made the hair look really cool today.
I did, didn't I?
It
well,
looks
what other
very
effects
vibrant.
do you think we could do with the hair?
I don't know.
Because there's a lot of things that I could do with that. There's a lot of stuff I could do with that.
That's so cool.
That'd
We've
be
kind of
fun.
decided that our intern, like our actual intern, not Miss Math,
Yeah.
is going to be mostly getting a different, the bubbles, and I'm stars.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to stick with stars and stuff like that for me?
Well, we could, let's, seeing as how it's a brand new effect, we could try brand new things.
Their way to glory through a gas station. It could
So, yeah.
maybe that's what you want. Hard to know.
Alright. I'm getting shot at, which is never good.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting.
Really cool.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of doing a... How do we cope? Well, I mean, we hang out with you guys.
Well, yeah. Also, hi, Fizzy Cat. How you doing? I read a lot, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I also spend a lot of time outside on the trampoline.
Yeah, she spends an extraordinary amount of time on the trampoline. But I believe that in the long run, we will be okay, and it won't be the end of the world. I mean, it's not like the Spanish flu of yesteryear, where literally millions and millions of people died.
Okay, it's back to base for you.
Who the hell? What? Let me do that up.
My. You all alright, huh? I should
Okay.
probably say we'd rather you didn't bring the cops here
So, yeah, I'm not sure what specifically to tell you.
right now.
Was
Sorry,
that?
I'm not trying to ignore you. I was literally in the process of stealing a police van. But no, really, it's one of that sort of thing where, in the long run, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And I know that might sound like a platitude, but the simple truth of the matter is that we have faced far, far worse as a species, so to speak, than this, and we have come out swinging. This, in no way, shape, or form, is a good thing, but it's not the worst thing. It's just a scary thing. And we are already, in many, many ways, how do I put this? Bring it under control.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're developing vaccines. There's some really good news on that front. We're starting to get a handle on how to control it as far as the spread, all of that sort of thing. So human beings are amazing at adapting. There is no creature on Earth that is as good at adapting new situations as human beings are, and this is no different from that. We are already beginning to adapt, and we're going to do very, very well at it. Because, I mean, you gotta understand, I mean, we faced down polio, we faced down HIV, we faced down the plague, like the Black Plague. We got that under control too. And, yeah. So, in the short term, I totally get why you find it to be a frightening situation.
Because it is a frightening
Yes.
situation.
But in the long term, we're gonna be okay. We've overcome far, far worse than this many, many times. That being said, how the hell you doing, Fizzy Pat? How's life treating you? And if nothing else, you get to spend a lot more time with us, and I am a big fan of that.
That is true. Us just doing this is like, we're
Yes.
just chilling here.
We can be your new best cyber friends, and we are totally down for that. You can stop by anytime, be like, hey, how you guys doing? And we hang out with you like 8 hours a day. We're like the kind of people you want to go away, I guess. Shit, we're like bad friends.
Just like, please leave me alone.
Yeah,
let,
yeah.
let me rest.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. It's been rough these past weeks with my soul isolation, and I don't have a lot of people to talk about this with.
Okay, well, you know what? And let me say this, and let me make this perfectly clear, all right? Are you listening? Good. You can always, even if it's on Discord, even if you want to send us a message through Twitch, I mean, like a direct message, I will friend you in a moment. We are always here for you, dude. Do not think otherwise. Never think otherwise. So if you're ever having a rough time, you go ahead and you hit us up. And yeah,
That's your hug.
yeah, that is best I can do. I can't like hug you physically with my arms, but I can't say what I just said, and so I did.
Also, I also have cats. That helps.
She has cats. Very inspirational. She's like, oh, by the way, I'm a crazy cat lady.
So that helps me with when I have
hope
to
that
be
makes
alone.
you feel better.
I mean, I spam pictures of my
Who
cats.
the hell's like, by the way, I'm a crazy cat lady. Hope that makes things easier for you to handle.
No, I'm saying that that's one thing that's helped me through it.
Being a crazy cat lady, I think you're not the only one in that regard. I think being a crazy cat lady has helped a lot of people, like other crazy cat ladies.
Anyways, Fizzy Pat says, thanks, man. I will join the Discord. It means a lot. Throw on
All
the
right.
Discord.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me return this bullshit cargo van, and I will drop a
Yes.
link
Thank you.
to the Discord Lloyds, and I will also friend you on the Twitch here, so that you guys can always send us a message. Thank you for the delicious food delivery,
Yes, thank you.
Miss Mathaloids.
Miss Math is really cool.
Miss Mathaloids. Miss Matherlords. How you doing, Miss Matherlords?
I am super hungry, but I'm about to eat remedy now.
Yes, good, very good. Make sure you're no
Mic
longer on
back
mute.
up.
I don't know if you're on mute or not, but if you are, you should make sure you're no longer on mute.
Miss Math went and got us food.
Yes.
It was very
So-
sweet of her.
Wonderful human being she is.
Let me see.
If anyone needs salt, I have my salt shaker.
Yeah, if
That
anyone
never-
has salt, she got all the
I-
salt you could
I
ever
think
hope
that
for.
I think I'm good without the salt. Okay.
Salty, salty McMagics. These cops just will not leave me alone.
Miss Magic loves salt, guys.
Yes, yes, we are aware. She's a very salty lass. There, they finally left me alone. Good. I can go back to my stupid facility and drop this off. Well, in the meantime, let me hit up the Discord real quick, and I can drop that link right now, because I'm not being chased down by cops. However, let me stress this. If I die, I'm going to be super pissed. Oh, shit, I just shut off Discord. Hold up. Whoopsies. Okay, that's
Alright.
not where I
You
want to be.
reopen all
I
of
want to be
this
back at
stuff?
the... Okay, alright. Invite people. Create invite. Copy. Drop link, y'all. Alright, that should bring you directly to our channel, our Discords, and you can hit us up there anytime, day or night, and we will get you fam. Now, I will warn you, we do occasionally sleep, but we'll do the best we can. Yeah.
Occasionally.
Yeah, we still
Does it
are
always
new
happen?
mortals. But on the whole, yeah. And I have delicious smash browns.
Yes, we have delicious hat browns.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I've decided? I really hate ruined crab.
Why do you hate road crab? Because it mills the shit out of your cards?
Yes.
Yeah, yay landfall. I don't know. Is your landfall deck Simic? What is it? What colors does it use? Green and anything else?
Red, white, and green, I think.
I believe that's banned. I could be wrong.
What?
Banned. I'll double check.
I thought you said
always get
band.
those I always get those mixed up. I've been doing this for years. I still get that shit mixed up. White, green, blue is bad. Is it Abzan then?
Cool. It's pretty crazy how much division there is in the world, and despite all the downs, especially here in the U.S. There's been a lot of a growth of people connecting like never before. I'm hopeful for future generations and being more open and accepting.
I don't know where the hell you're reading that from.
Busy Pat.
Yeah. In the on the Twitch comments
Hmm.
or chat.
I've apparently been missing a bunch of chat messages. That's wild. Anyway. Alright, so... I got that. It wasn't Abzan either. Hold up. So it's red, white, and green, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Red, white, or I'll say Naya, apparently. Red, green, and white is Naya. Whoopsies.
Red, green, and white are like
Give me
Christmas
something
colors.
I can use.
Hmm?
This person keeps milling on my stuff, so I'm trying to cycle as much as I can so I can get something that I can stop them with. It's not working.
I would think mill would work wonderfully for you. Unless they already milled that stupid Zenith card.
They milled 2 of them.
Mm.
Yes. But normally, yes, that'd be very nice because they're milling it for me.
Mm-hmm. So when you hit, it's going to be devastating.
But that's if I get it and they don't mill it first.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only are they milling it, but they're also have one thing that whenever it attacks, they exile the top 2 of my library.
Ooh. Mm.
So it's
Because
going.
they're Planeswalker guy?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ishiok, Nightmare Muse.
Ashiok, yeah. I hate that, whatever the hell it is.
They have a lot of counters. It's going interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's. Oh, they've milled 3 of my Zenith flares.
Ouch.
Maybe?
Well, you do have other tools in your box.
Yeah.
Good time to make use of them, or at least get familiar with them.
The only problem is they keep milling my stuff and countering anything I bring out.
Mm-hmm. Aren't counterspell decks fun? Yay! You know who likes counterspell decks? Assholes. Assholes. The
Not
guys like,
me.
let's not play Magic Gathering. That.
Oh, and they just pulled out another ruined crab.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is happening.
Vikings and Harry Potter. What? Oh yeah. Gotcha. Because they have the magical school that's coming up, and they also have the Vikings-based set
Agents everywhere, and no real explanation of what's
that's coming up too.
I'm sure there are conspiracy videos about this online, but I'm too scared to watch them.
I'm out of cards.
Oh well, then I guess you lose.
That is bad.
Yup. They literally just milled me all the way down.
Yep. So was this a fun game of Magic Gathering? Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeehaw!
Yeah.
I'm liking the Savage Gorger card.
What does it do?
It's flying, and at the beginning of your end step, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Oh, nice. That is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Down and find the cars. When you're ready to go for the plane, chopper thing, go to
Alright.
planning.
So, that was something.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Something awful. Like that one website, Something Awful, with Cliff Yablonsky. Which nobody knows who the hell Cliff Yablonsky is. But I guarantee you, Cliff Yablonsky was pretty funny about 20 years ago. I don't know how he's doing these days. Have you ever heard of Cliff Yablonsky?
Nope.
No, I didn't think
Nope.
so. I figured I'd try, though. Cliff Yablonsky. Yeah, there are 3. Yeah, we've had 3 people pretty consistently, actually.
Hello, I am Ms. Math. I've been able to sneak in a little more recently, so.
Yes, so that's Miss Math, me, Miss Magic, and Doc.
We should commission a little drawing of you that we can pop on the screen so people know you're here.
So I actually have a drawing that I had to create when I was in college where I drew a self-portrait with my toes.
Really?
I do. Would you like me to get that for you and give you a digital
I'm strongly
copy?
considering that.
Okay. Because, not to toot my own horn, but I think it's pretty fantastic.
Your toe drawing?
Yes.
Fantastic toe drawing?
Yeah. Might have to do a small bit of editing on it, though.
Just spent 34,000 gold pieces on ammo. Yikes.
Isn't ammo the most expensive thing here in the game?
Ammo well, it's not the most expensive thing, but it's definitely up there.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely how I want to represent myself on the internet.
That doesn't sound accurate. That does not sound accurate.
Well, I'm about to send it to you, so you can do with it as you would like.
Anyway, we're glad you're here, Fizzy Pat, and I still have to send you a friend request on the Twitchaloids.
Okay, so I'm trying to find a random science topic that we can talk about, or just a random topic to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know you can find those lists for teachers.
lists for teachers, random shit to talk about.
I'm
in your
pretty
class.
sure that's what it is. It's discussions. It's 100 plus science debate topics for students.
Ah,
All right,
see.
Doc, I believe that you have my picture. Do as you like.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. All right. I am adding you as a friend, Fizzy Pat.
Trying to see what one would be interesting to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
There are some interesting ones.
Like what? Oh, person whose name I cannot pronounce. Thank you for following. I know that sounds super insulting, and I apologize, but I do not recognize those letters, and I don't even want to try. Not to say I want to recognize the letters, but I don't want to try to pronounce a name that I know I will butcher. So, person with beautiful letters name. Thank you for the follow. We'll go with that one.
Sounds good.
Yes, indeed. Indubitably.
Follows are always appreciated.
Yes.
Well, there's a bunch of different ones.
Yeah,
Do you want me to
they-
start reading through a bunch of these lists?
Tell me about, say, one of those lists.
Well, because there's... Okay, among the full list is science topics to debate. There is
Okay.
technology and general science topics, topics related to medical practices and politics, which we should probably stay away from.
Wait, is medical practice in politics?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's stay away from that one. We already got some people who are having a hard time with medical stuff and politics, so...
I was like, let's stay away from that general vicinity.
I think I realized what the problem with today is. You forgot your blush.
I put some on.
Apparently not enough. I put on a ton of blush. I look like a fucking clown right now. Okay, so some of you guys don't know it, but we have a rule that any makeup that Miss Magic wears, I also have to wear.
When was this a rule?
It's been a rule this entire time.
Apparently, it's
So
a
we need
rule
to get you
current.
your own makeup kit and everything?
I already have my own makeup kit and everything. I'm wearing it all right now. I think I look nice.
You look fabulous.
I do look fabulous.
Fantastic.
Please
In
make
my
this an
opinion,
actual
in
thing.
my humble opinion, that has never been especially... Exactly, it's a great deal. But then Miss Magic here Welshes and doesn't wear the requisite makeup that I am wearing that makes me look like a damn clown. Good job, Miss Magic. Good
Apparently,
job.
we need to put a little bit more blush on, guys.
Apparently.
Apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry about that.
It's okay. It's
I'll
okay.
put more blush on after this combat.
Bum, 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 bum. Bow, bow, bum, 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 bum. Crack that whip. Give a dog a sniff.
But one of them is, can climate change be reversed? Should humans pursue the development of AI?
Humans are going to... Okay, alright. Let's actually discuss that.
AI?
Yeah, should humans pursue the development of AI?
Sounds
So,
good.
let's hear about your grossly uninformed opinions, Miss Magic. Let's hear what the children think.
Well, I don't really know anything about AI.
Remember how I was like, let's hear what the children think? Hello. Remember how I was like, grossly uninformed? Hello. So,
I think it's interesting.
Well, that's very thought-provoking.
Okay, well, what exactly do you want me... What question are you asking me specifically?
Tell us your opinions on the development of AI. Beyond, well, that's fascinating, guys. Wow, smoke's pouring out of the ears.
I think it is a topic that should be pursued.
The discussion of it? Okay, yes, let's
No.
continue the discussion.
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I know. Remember how I was like, let's open the discussion? Never mind. Okay, so here's what we actually want to talk about. Alright, what is the most relevant question when it comes to AI?
It tends to be, will they take over? Will we no longer have... Will we lose control of them?
See, and that's the evil motherfucker question right there. That's the evil answer.
That's the question that a lot of people are asking.
No. Because you're not thinking about the most important question when it comes to AI.
Okay, what is it?
Do they qualify as people? Yeah, you haven't thought about that before, have
No,
you?
I've never actually thought of that.
No. So if AI, like me, I look at my dog is a person. And you're going to tell me that this AI that we handcrafted, that we quote unquote gave birth to, that has thoughts and ideas, and if it's capable of doing all of those things that my dog can do,
Then-
short of possess emotions,
yeah.
whether it can or can't, but should that AI have rights like you and I do? And if not, why not?
I would
If-
say yes, it should.
Okay, so, but you'll notice nobody's really addressing that question. Nobody's really thinking about I guess you'd call it a personhood law for AI. And why not? Why is that not something worth examining? Why is that not something that, I mean,
Because I think most people think of it as we created these things to be.
so you're
aid
talking about a
to us.
slave?
Yes, that's what a lot of people will think on it.
Yeah, that's
That's-
dangerous as hell.
Exactly, especially for one that's not the automatic thought of that, because they look at it and like, well, we created this, so it's our thing to control,
Mhm.
which is dangerous. It's a dangerous thought process, but it's not what people automatically think is what's happening.
See, now, believe it or not, Star Trek, The Next Generation, you know that show you've never watched, addressed this, and I'm not joking here, they addressed this 30 years ago, where they had an episode, there's an android, a guy named Data, and Starfleet, which is the organization, is like, hey, guess what? Yeah, exactly, the photonics. The photonics in Starfleet, excellent example as well. But either way, going back to my Data example, Data has in all capacities shown himself to be a person. He has ambitions, he has ideas, he is creative, he is imaginative, all that stuff. But Starfleet's like, you know what? The moment you signed up to Starfleet, you said, we own you.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're going to take you apart and make more of you for the express purpose of, because you're so amazing. You're an amazing addition. And imagine a Starfleet where every ship had a Data, because there is only one Data. And, yeah. So it becomes this thing where he's like, well, what if you take me apart, and when you put me back together again, I'm not really me? What if there is an ineffable quality to me as a person that is not returned when you put me back together again? What if these sort of, so quote unquote, this is not his quote, but mine. What if the soul, as it were, of Data is lost? The thing that makes him a person.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, that's kind of a risk we're willing to take, guy. Sorry.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah. So we go back to this thing, and it becomes a question that must be addressed. And they end it by saying, like, we don't know. Is a toaster a person? Is the ship itself a person? It has all the qualities like a person, but that doesn't necessarily make it a person. If my dog acts like he is sad, but we don't actually know if he is sad or not, do his emotions actually qualify as something relevant to the question of whether or not he's a person? Now, it is my position, and it has always been my position, that it is better to err on the side of assuming something is a person than assuming it is not a person.
Yeah.
So if George has all the qualities of a person, but you don't know for certain that George is a person, it's
just-
better to assume and be wrong in the assumption than to assume he is not and be wrong in that assumption. So we go back to the important question of AI rights. And what people initially think of always is whether or not the AI will become this all-enslaving monster or kill everyone or anything like that. And at this stage of the game, I really don't see that as a concern. But I do see as a concern us treating an AI as something that is effectively a slave. So, that is my primary point on the issue, my primary concern, as it will.
Busy Pat says the court decision by Bruce Maddox was incredible. Did you see Picard?
Yes, I did see Picard. I was less thrilled with Picard. Alright, for those of you who haven't seen Picard, spoiler alert, I'm going to give you a second if you haven't seen the whole season.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert for the first season of Picard. ... Gave you plenty of time. Part 2. Alright, your time's up. Alright, so in the end, Picard becomes effectively a golem. As in, he dies, and they put him into an android suit, I guess you could say. They duplicate all of his memories, thoughts, and persona, and they put it into an android, so he is effectively immortal. He will not die of old descendant.
Give me a
Yeah,
second.
it says the broadcast you were watching has ended.
Huh, try restarting it once.
Oh, nope, it showed back up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, that is very weird.
I was like about to panic for a second there. I was like, no. Oh, I got some stuff.
I think this is going to be a tough mission.
All right, so as you're saying,
As I was saying, I have to murder a bunch of dudes, so go ahead and play some Magic the Gathering while I murder all these guys who do not qualify as human beings to me. These AI people who don't qualify as humans.
so what do you think about that, Miss Math?
Yes, let's hear your ideas.
I mean, I guess to have.
You should have eyes on the Avenger now.
Let me stop looking at cards for a minute. I mean, it's definitely complex. I've also seen the Star Trek episode and everything. And I think for myself, I mean, because we have,
Remain calm. Defend yourselves and
like, there's AI, like a video game can play a video, like I'm currently battling AI right now. Which isn't, I wouldn't necessarily say that playing a game of chess or a game of Magic against a computer is like a person, but I guess when you get to the point of like sentience, to the point where like you have someone like Data going back to Star Trek, then it clearly is, you know,
So
an
how
issue of
sentient is this AI?
personhood.
At what point do they have enough? Well, that's even getting touchy with it, but like,
Yeah.
but yeah, like you're saying, like my Roomba.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your toaster, your oven.
Yeah. At what point is it considered
Your
an
co-host.
AI?
When do they actually become? When do they qualify as people? Are they people? I don't know.
So at what point do they qualify as AI versus just technology?
Yeah. Well, that's an excellent question for us to explore. When would you say? When would you be like, you know what? It is a thing. It is a person.
I really don't know.
Well, this
'Cause-
is why we think about it.
Okay. So like obviously you can look at like a toaster versus and a Roomba and stuff like that and be like, okay, that's not really.
backup generators are up on the gantries. Okay, people, get up there.
I suppose it's kind of like how much
I'm working on it. Hold
free thinking they have,
stairs to the south.
how much ability to do things outside of their own instructions. Sort of. I don't know. That doesn't seem right either.
Why not?
Because if you think of it, what kind of code goes into AI that lets them do things of their own free will?
Mm-hmm.
And then would that still be considered their own free will because they're following their coding?
That's a great question.
I guess maybe it's when they start acting beyond their code.
So like Busy Ted just said something as well. He's like, AI would be when a machine can learn and create new protocols versus
Yeah.
machines with basic coding can't learn or develop anything new.
Yeah.
I can see that. Sometimes I can't articulate my thoughts, so thank you guys for articulating my thoughts sometimes.
You're welcome.
And what would you think then, Doc?
I would think I have to kill these dudes.
Oh, right.
'cause there's
Sorry.
a lot of
You're
dudes I
still
have to
killing
kill.
people.
I think with a topic as big as this, there's definitely not.
There's nuance.
Shit. Of course he died. Damn it.
Yeah, it's definitely something that merits thought and conversation about it.
Yes.
But it's also one of those topics where I'm like, gosh, I am really glad that I'm not in charge of making any of these decisions right now.
Why are you glad you're not in charge of making decisions right now?
Because I don't feel like I am educated enough to
Exactly.
make decisions on this topic.
I
yet.
disagree on that entirely. I think you are the perfect kind of person to make that kind of decision.
We don't know
To
much
be
about how a
frozen and indecision.
You don't have to know a lot about decision as opposed to the question of, well, what happens if you don't make that decision? What happens if you let other people make that decision and they're bad people?
That's not good.
It is, though.
You don't want the other people to make the decision if they're bad people.
No, well, see, and that's the thing. It's simply being technologically proficient is in no way, shape, or form
Doesn't
a
mean they have
reasonable.
morals.
Yeah, that doesn't make up for it.
Yeah.
Bringing up the schematics for the hangar. Find a way for that power back up. How you doing in that shootout? I'm having a hell of a time making sense of these schematics. We're all busy.
So you're saying an everyday Joe that has morals versus a scientist
Yes.
that's kind of like,
Somebody who doesn't necessarily. Well, I mean, look at the situation with Bruce Medics. That guy was extraordinarily technologically proficient, but that doesn't necessarily make him a good person. Would you want that kind of person being like, let's make an argument for why you are not a person, why you don't qualify as a living being? Would you want
Yeah.
that kind of person to be the one deciding on whether or not you qualify as a human being?
nope.
No, thank you.
Especially when it comes back to all the times throughout history where we've had moments where people have tried to qualify what qualifies as a human.
Mm-hmm. And have decided on the thing that is most expedient or beneficial to them.
Exactly. Which ends up to cause horrible travesties throughout history. Which is the basis for a lot of our wars and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
a lot of suffering.
So you think that the situation with AI could easily become something like that as well?
Well, yeah, obviously. When you
Yep.
think about it.
Well, thank you for having this conversation with me.
You're welcome.
I'm glad my list of topics for students brought up an interesting one.
I'm glad too. It could have gone way, way different.
Because sometimes it's like we don't have something to talk about, but I'm like, okay, this is something that teachers have to deal with all the time. So theoretically, there should be lists out. Okay. FizzyPat just gave us a paragraph.
Ah, good. You should read it out loud.
I would say consciousness is brought into question when an AI meets the first criteria and perform its function to learn and create new protocols to serve its purpose, and is able to become objective and question the purpose of its objective, and to look at its own function and purpose from an objective perspective, just as humans are able to analyze ourselves from an objective perspective detached from ourselves.
All right, so can a dog do that?
No.
All right, so then a dog, then should a dog have any rights whatsoever?
The dog should have rights.
Okay. But by that criteria, dog would not have rights.
But see, do we know? I mean, because dogs can't outwardly communicate with us.
They
So
could
then
completely be
the
having that.
criteria for whether or not something qualifies as a being is whether or not it can communicate with us,
Communicate its ability to be objective.
which is kind of unfair when you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then in that case, are we the ones that are not,
I mean, can an infant do that?
Yeah.
How about a 2-year-old? 2-year-old can't.
Nope.
Yeah.
dang.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
So-
would you call a 2-year-old a person? I certainly would.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just say 2-year-old, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Would you say, shoot, life should be respected and therefore life should have rights because it will never have to have an advocate for itself? So FizzyPat says even if they can't communicate their ideas, they should still be respected as they are a form of life.
Okay.
I think.
All right, I see what he's saying there. Hold on, let me finish this up real quick, though. Shiza.
Also, thank you, FizzyPat, for also talking to us about this.
Yes. Ah, here we go. Okay.
Oh shit, that is not what I wanted to do. Oh, fuck.
I got some really awesome cards.
Nice.
I might actually succeed at this. Holy shit.
Heyo. Roland Mage is familiar.
Enemies in front of you. You're gonna have to go through to get to the switch.
Oh, PhysiPass is one of you as a teacher? No, I took a list offline. I googled a random list offline.
Fuck.
Did you die?
I didn't die. The other guy died. He got ganked.
Oh.
The list that I talked about, it's just I found one online. Because online always has amazing things for things like that.
Yes. The internet is fantastic for random things.
I have a wonderful little list of topics right here.
That's something at least. That's definitely something. Hey, Lil C, thank you very much for the follow.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you much.
You should have eyes on the Avenger now. Shit, they cut the power.
Angel of Vitality sounds really nice.
Yes, I've looked at that one. That one's cool.
We can figure out a next step. I'm working on it. Hold 'em off. Hang in there. I've almost got something.
Yeah, I am not ready for mutate.
That one was so confusing when I started with it. It is still confusing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
frankly speaking.
Schematics. We're all busy.
My brother is a high school teacher and used to help him with deep talks about science because I've always been interested in science because of tracking my own readings. Science is fascinating. I love science.
Science is pretty awesome. I wish that I had had more engaging science teachers when I was in school.
Same.
I feel like a lot was missed. Because a lot of my science classes seemed to be more focused on like memorizing things and not so much exploring.
That makes sense. I think I had a little bit of that problem as well. It's just science has always been a fascinating thing for me, so I was able to kind of do it on my own anyways. I had a couple science teachers that were very good. I'd say one of my most engaging teachers was my history teacher, actually. And it can be hard to make history interesting, even though I think history is interesting, but he made it interesting for everyone. So,
I had a fantastic history teacher in high school.
I had a really good history teacher, but I was a really good history student. I was an astonishingly good history student. So that always helped out. Anyway,
I was
how
a
about
terrible
we go
math
ahead
student.
and wrap up the Magic Arenas here in a bit?
okay,
And do you want to come over and pop out and help on the Grand Theft Autos?
sure. Here, I just started this combat. I can just concede.
Okay.
Also, thank you so much for having this conversation with us. I'll pull up another random one, unless we want to continue this one into our next thing.
Let's go ahead and move on to something else.
Sounds good.
But I'm going to stop stream. We're going to kind of clip it there, guys.
Yes.
And she is going to move on over to the Grand Theft Autos. We'll be right